Greetings, students. So, as you all have completed your set A for the test series of social studies, now we will be looking at the question and answers. We will be starting with section A, that is MCQ type questions. So, there are 20 MCQs. We will start with the number one. Identify the correct statement with regard to Zollverein from the following options. Option A, it was a measuring unit of cloth in Germany. Option B, it was a class of traders in Germany. Option C, it was a custom union formed in 1834. Or option D, it was Congress hosted by Austrian Chancellor. So the correct answer for this question is option number C. It was a custom union formed in 1834. Next question. Question number 2. Choose the correct statement from the given options. First, Belgium and Sri Lanka are democracies. Second, in Belgium, leaders realized that the unity of the country is possible only by respecting the feelings and interests of all the communities. C. In Sri Lanka, majority community forced its domination over others and refused to share its power. Or option 4, both Belgium and Sri Lanka dealt the question of power sharing in similar manner. So, which are the correct statements? So, first, second, and third statements are correct. Fourth statement is not correct. Therefore, option C says that 1, 2, and 3 are correct. Okay, next question. Question number 3. Which one among the following pairs is correctly matched? First column and second column. First, Chandrapur thermal power plant. Is it in Odisha? No. Mayurbhanj iron ore mine. Is it in Amarkantak? No. Kalol oil fields. Is it in Gujarat? Yes. So the bauxite mines will not be in contention to be a correct answer. It is not in Jharkhand. So the answer is Kalol oil fields in Gujarat. Question number 4. Question number 4. Which among the following industries is an example of private sector industry? Is it option A, BHEL? Is it option B, TISCO? C, SAIL? Or D, CIL? So we all know that option B, TISCO is the correct answer for being a private sector industry. Next question, question number 5. Which of the following is not an objective of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972? Which is not an objective. Let us see the options. A. Ban on hunting. B. Encouraging poaching activities. C. Restricting trade in wildlife. D. Giving legal protection to the habitats of endangered species. So, the correct answer is option number B, that is encouraging poaching activities. It is not the objective of Wildlife Protection Act. It is not the objective of Wildlife Protection Act. Next question, question number 6. Who wrote and published Chote और बड़े का सवाल in 1938? छोटे और बड़े का सवाल in 1938. Was it Sudarshan Chakra? Was it option B, Kashi Baba? Was it option C, Jyotiba Phule? Or option D, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? So, the answer is option B, Kashi Baba. Kashi Baba wrote and published Chote और बड़े का सवाल in 1938. Next question, question number 7. Match column 1 and column 2 and choose the correct option. Column 1 and column 2. Union list. And these are the subjects. So, which subject is in union list? Defense. So, A, D. A goes with D. These two options. Two, state list. Police is in the state list. Two goes with C. Concurrent list. So forests are in the concurrent list. So three goes with B. So we can conclude here only that option A is the correct answer for question number 7. Next question. Question number 8. Sometimes democracy fails due to what? Is it due to corruption? Or option B, poor literacy? Or option C, economic inequalities? Or all of these? So, democracy fails due to corruption. That is, the answer is option A. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 9. Question number 9. Who said religion can never be separated from politics? Was it A. Mahatma Gandhi, B. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, or D. Nelson Mandela? So the statement was given by option A. Mahatma Gandhi. It is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 10. Match the columns. First column and second column. This is what Sardar Sarovar, Hirakud, River of Sorrow, largest artificial lake in 11th century and Bhakra and these are the options of second column. So we know the largest artificial lake in the 11th century was Bhopal Lake. So see where is D2 mentioned? D2, D2, D2. So this is incorrect. So Hirakud is on Mahanadi River. So B3. See where is B3 mentioned? Here it is not mentioned. So this is also incorrect. See where for C River of Sorrow. So Damodar is called as River of Sorrow. C5. So C5 is not mentioned here. So we derive this answer as option number A. Option A is the correct answer for this question. Question number 11. Question number 11. Which of the following is an example of collateral? Is it A. Land titles, B. Livestock, C. Both A and B, or is it D. None of the above? So the correct answer is both A and B. That is, both land titles and livestock are the example of collateral. Next, question number 12. Vikram is overweight as his weight is 85 kg and his height is 180 centimeter. Find out his body mass index from the following options. So how to calculate body mass index? It is equals to weight divided by height in meter square. So 85 divided by 1.8 square. So it will give us 26.23 kg per meter square. So this is the answer. Option A. Option A will be the answer for this question. Next, question number 13. Identify the crop with the help of the following information. It is a crop which is used both as food and fodder. Second, it is a kharif crop which requires temperature between 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. Third, it grows well in old alluvial soil. Fourth, its use of modern inputs have contributed to the increasing production of this crop. So, as it is used for food and fodder, the option B, that is maize, is the correct answer. Let us move towards question number 14. Apart from flood control and irrigation, what are the other uses of multi-purpose projects? Is it option A, recreation, option B, fish breeding, Option C, internal navigation. Option D, all of these. So the correct answer for this question is option D, all of these. Question number 15. Assertion and reason. There are two statements marked as assertion and reason. Mark your answer as per the codes given below. Assertion. Primary sector is the largest employer. Reason. It includes all those occupations which are related to man's natural environment like farming, animal rearing, mining, etc. Options. Option A. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Option B. Both A and R are true but R is not the correct explanation of A. Option C. A is true but R is false. Option D. A is false but R is true. So the answer for this question is option number A. Why so? Because as primary sector includes all the occupation, that is why it is the largest sector. That is why it is the largest employer. That is why it is the largest employer. Next question, question number 16. Question number 16. Which of the following is not a measure of soil conservation? Which of the following is not a measure of soil conservation? Is it deforestation? Option A. Option B. Contour plowing. Option C. Strip cropping. Option D. Terrace farming. So the correct answer is option number A. Deforestation. Next question. Question number 17. Why was the Simon Commission sent to India? Option A. To look into the Indian constitutional matter and suggest reforms. Option B. To choose members of Indian Council. Option C. To settle dispute between the government and Congress leaders. Option D. To set up a government organization. So basically, Simon Commission was sent to India to look into the Indian constitutional matter and suggest the reforms. So option A is the correct option. Next, question number 18. Which of the following aspect best signifies this image of Germania? Which aspect is best signified in this image? Is it heroism and justice? Is it folk and culture tradition? Is it option C, austerity and autism? Or is it option D, peace and treaty? So the correct answer is option number A, heroism and justice. Question number 19. Rapid integration or interconnection between countries is known as option A, privatization. Option B, globalization. Option C, liberalization. Option D, socialization. So the correct answer is option B, globalization. Option B, that is globalization, is the correct answer. Last question for MCQ. Read the given data in the table and find out the average monthly income of country P. So, a country P is having four persons, and we have to calculate the average monthly income. So, we will do it by arithmetic mean method. That is, M is equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 4. So it will give us the answer of 9950, which is to be the answer and option B. So option B is the correct answer. Next section, section B. In this section, we will be having four questions for 2 marks each. So, the first question of this section and 21 question overall. Study the map thoroughly and mention the ethnic composition of this country's capital city. So, which is this country? This country looks like Belgium. And what is the capital of Belgium? It is Brussels. It is Brussels. So, now we will go towards the answer. The ethnic composition of Belgium's capital Brussels is very complex. In the capital city, 80% people speak French, while 20% are Dutch speaking. Meanwhile, the minority French speaking people are more rich and powerful than the Dutch speaking people. This is what is required in a 2 marks question. This much details are required. Okay. Next question. Question number 22. Sunny works in a mining industry. He got injured several times during work. In this context, mention the kinds of hazards faced in the mining industry. So in this answer, we need to provide the hazards of mining. We need to provide the hazards of mining. So let us move towards the answer. The kinds of hazards faced in the mining industry include number one, risk to life due to collapse of roof, overflow of water. Fire is always there inside the mines. And second point, mining causes respiratory diseases and pulmonary disorder to the miners. Now, in question number 22, we have an option also, an or question. So, the second question for question number 22, that is or question, why India has the potential to develop wind energy? Which places in India are sources of wind energy? The answer to this is India has a long coastline in which there is a scope of developing wind energy. The areas along the coastline are windy and windmills can be established there. The places in India having sources of wind energy or windmills are number one, wind farm clusters located in Tamil Nadu from Nagarcoil to Madurai. Second, wind farms in Gujarat, Kerala, Maharashtra, Lakshadweep, and Andhra Pradesh. And third, wind farms in Jaisalmer. So this is the answer. Question number 23. Mention the provisions that constitute India into a secular country. So what are the provisions that constitute India into a secular country? Let us see the answer. First, there is no official religion for the Indian state. Our constitution does not give a special status to any religion. Second, the constitution provides to all individuals and communities freedom to profess, practice, and propagate any religion or not to follow any. Third, the constitution prohibits discrimination on grounds of religion. Fourth, secularism is an idea that constitutes one of the foundations of our country. Fifth, at the same time, the Constitution allows the state to intervene in the matters of religion in order to ensure equality within religious communities. So, any 2 points from these above mentioned points will fetch you 2 marks. Okay, but those 2 points should be as mentioned here only. As mentioned here only. Okay. Next question. Question number 24. In what ways government can increase employment in the rural sector? Answer. First, by introducing mega projects through dams and canals. Second, by introducing tertiary facilities in an area. Third, to identify, promote, and locate industries and services in semi-rural areas. Fourth, set up small-scale manufacturing units like rice mill. Or fifth, by promoting tourism or regional craft industry or new services like information and technology, or we can say IT. So in this question also, if you mention any 2 points from the above given 5 points, you can get 2 marks. Now we will be moving towards the section C. It will consist of 5 questions of 3 marks each. Okay. We will start with the first question of this section and 25th question overall. Explain any three effects of non-cooperation movement on the Indian economy. Answer. The effects of non-cooperation movement on the economic front were immense. They were: first, foreign goods were boycotted, liquor shops were picketed, and foreign clothes were burnt hugely. Second, the import of foreign clothes halved between 1921 and 1922, its value dropping from 102 crore to 57 crore rupees. Third, in many areas, traders and merchants refused to trade in foreign goods, and sometimes even they refused to finance the foreign trade. They refused to finance the foreign trade. So in the question number 25, you have been provided with an extra question, that is OR question. So let us see the OR question for question number 25. How was the revolt? Let us see the OR question for question number 25. How was the Rowlatt Act opposed by the people of India? Explain with three examples. Answer. The Rowlatt Act was an oppressive act introduced by the British government in 1990. It gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities and allowed detention of political persons without trial for 2 years. The Rowlatt Act was opposed by the people in the following ways. First, rallies were organized in various cities. Second, workers went on strike in railway workshops. Third, shops were closed down. British administration suppressed the nationalists. As a result, local leaders were picked up from Amritsar and Mahatma Gandhi was barred from entering into Delhi. You can also write that he was not allowed to enter into Delhi. Okay, next question. Question number 26. Democracy accommodates social diversity. Support the statement with examples. Answer. Democracy accommodates social diversities in the following ways. First, democracy develops competitive attitude. What does that mean? Democracy usually develops a procedure to conduct competition among the social differences. This reduces the possibility of social tensions becoming explosive or violent. Second, democracy evolves mechanism to negotiate. That means no society can fully and permanently resolve conflicts among different groups, but we can certainly learn to respect these differences and evolve a mechanism to negotiate the differences. Democracies are best suited to produce this outcome. Third, democracy represents the general view. The majority always needs to work with the minority so that the government function to represent the general view. Hence, majority and minority opinions are not permanent. The opinions are on a temporary basis only. Next question, that is question number 27. The Indian Constitution provides three lists to distribute the legislative power. State any two subjects that are included in the Union list. In which list the subject education is included and why? Answer. The Indian Constitution has a threefold distribution of legislative power, which contains three lists: the Union list, the State list, and the concurrent list. First point, the subjects that are included in the Union list are those that are under the exclusive jurisdiction of the Union government. Some of the subjects that are included in the Union list are defense of the country, foreign affairs, and foreign relations. Second, the subject education. The subject education comes under the concurrent list, which means that both the union government and the state government have the power to make laws on this subject. Third option, sorry, third point. The concurrent list contains subjects that are of common interest to both the union and the state government. Next question, question number 28. Compare primitive subsistence and commercial farming. Primitive subsistence farming and commercial farming. We will make a T-like structure to explain it. First point. Small patches of land are cultivated in primitive subsistence farming, but in commercial farming, large tracts of land are brought under cultivation. Second point, use of primitive tools like hoe, dove, and digging sticks are done in primitive subsistence farming. But in commercial farming, we use modern methods like tractors and harvesters. Third point, depends on the natural fertility of the soil and favorable environment, that is primitive subsistence farming. But in commercial farming, uses of chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and pesticides are done. Fourth, primitive subsistence farming heavily depends on monsoon, but in commercial farming, little or no dependence on monsoon is there. Last point, the primitive subsistence farming is labor intensive with family members engaged in the production, whereas in commercial farming, it is capital intensive due to the use of HYV seeds, technology, and migrant labor. HYV means high yield variety. Okay, next question. Question number 29. Explain different forms of power sharing in modern democracies. Answer. Power sharing in democracy is a complex arrangement. In modern democracy, there are a variety of methods in which power is shared. These methods are enumerated below. First, That is horizontal form of power sharing. What happens in this? When power is shared among the various organs at the same level, that is legislature, executive, and judiciary, it is known as horizontal form of power sharing. This form of power sharing ensures that none of the organ of the government gets unlimited power. Each organ keeps a check on the other. This is what a horizontal form of power sharing looks like. Next is vertical form of power sharing. When power is shared among the highest and the lowest authority of the government at different levels, it is known as vertical form of power sharing. In this system, the power is shared at national, state, and local levels. This is what vertical power sharing look like. Central government provides power to state government. State government provides some of its power to regional government. They all are working independently but below in hierarchy. Third is power sharing among different social groups. Power may also be shared among different social groups. In a diverse country like India, there are various social, linguistic, and caste groups, and power is shared among each group. For example, in India, minorities, OBCs, SCs, and STs are given a fair share in power. This kind of power sharing is used to ensure adequate representation of each community. Fourth, power sharing among different political parties, pressure groups, and movements. In a democracy, power is shared among different political parties, pressure groups, and movements. Democrat- Democracies provide the citizen a choice to choose their representatives. Such a choice is provided by various political parties who contest elections to win them. Such a competition ensures that power does not remain in one hand and is shared among different political parties representing different ideologies and social groups. Now we will move towards the section D, which consists of long answers. It will be having four questions with 5 marks each. The first question for this section and 30th question overall: why are manufacturing industries considered as the backbone of economic development of a country? Explain. Answer: production of good in the factories in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing industry. Manufacturing industry is considered as the backbone of economic development because of the following reasons. First, it helps in modernizing agriculture, which is the backbone of our economy. Second, industries reduce the heavy dependence of people on agriculture by providing employment in production and service sectors. Third, industries eradicate the problems of unemployment and poverty. Fourth, setting up of industries in backward areas help reducing regional disparities. It leads to overall prosperity of the nation. Last point, Export of manufactured goods expands trade and commerce and brings the much needed foreign exchange. You need to mention all these points to get 5 marks. Next question, question number 31. How would you evaluate Napoleon as an administrator who created a more rational and efficient system? Elucidate with suitable examples. Answer. The Civil Code of 1804, usually known as the Napoleonic Code, secured the right to property, established equality before the law, and removed all privileges based on birth. Second point. New businessmen, artisans, peasants, and workers enjoyed a newfound freedom. Third, in territories under French control such as Italy, Germany, Switzerland, and Dutch Republic, peasants were freed from manorial dues. Peasants were freed from serfdom, feudal dues was abolished, administrative divisions were simplified. Fourth, guild restrictions were removed in towns. Fifth, there were improvements in communication and transport systems. Sixth, to facilitate the movement and exchange of goods and capital from one region to another, small scale producers of goods and businessmen began to realize that common national currency, standardized measures and weights, and uniform laws were of great help. In this question number 31, we are also having a OR question. So, let us see what is the question number 31 or question. Analyze the decisions taken by conservatives at the Congress of Vienna in the year 1815. This question is about Vienna Congress 1815. Answer. The representatives of the four great European powers, that is, Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, who had collectively defeated Napoleon, met at Vienna, to draw up a settlement for Europe. The Congress was hosted by the Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. The result was the Treaty of Vienna of 1815. First point, its objective was to undo the changes that had come about in Europe during the Napoleonic Wars and to restore the monarchies that had been overthrown by Napoleon and create a new conservative order in Europe. Second, the Bourbon dynasty, deposed during the French Revolution, was restored to the power. Louis XVI was of Bourbon dynasty only. Third, France lost the territories it had annexed under Napoleon. Fourth, a series of states were set up on the boundaries of France to prevent it from expansion in the future. For example, Kingdom of the Netherlands, which included Belgium, was set up in the north. Fifth, Genoa was added to Piedmont in the south. Prussia was given territories on its western frontiers. Austria was given control of northern Italy. Sixth, the German Confederation of 39 states set up by Napoleon was left untouched. In the east, Russia was given part of Poland, while Prussia was given a portion of Saxony. Thus, conservative regimes set up in 1815 were autocratic. They did not tolerate criticism and dissent. They curbed activities that questioned the legitimacy of autocratic governments. Next question, question number 32. Explain any four challenges faced by political parties in India. Answer. The challenges faced by political parties in India are: number one, all over the world, there is a tendency in political parties towards the concentration of power in one or few leaders at the top. Second, parties do not keep membership registers, do not hold organizational meetings, and do not conduct internal elections regularly. Third, ordinary members of the party do not get sufficient information on what happens inside the party. They do not have the means or the connection needed to influence the decisions. As a result, the leaders assume greater power to make decisions in the name of the party. Fourth, since one or few leaders exercise the power in the party, those who disagree with the leadership find it difficult to continue in the party. We are also having an OR question for question number 32. So now we will move towards that question. Which is the OR question for question number 32? Explain any five major functions of political parties. Answer. Political parties perform a series of functions in our democracy. These are: number one, parties contest elections. By winning the elections, political parties can form the government. Sometimes more than two parties form coalition and form the government. Number two, parties put forward different policies and programs, and the voters choose from them. Third, parties play a decisive role in making laws for our country by making debate and passing law for the people. Number four, parties form and run government by recruiting leaders, training them, and making them ministers to run the government. Fifth, parties shape public opinion by raising and highlighting important issues. Sixth, parties give access to government machinery. And last, parties play a role of opposition. Question number 33. Sohini has formed a self-help group in her village with some other women of her village. What is the idea behind the formation of self-help group or SHGs? Explain the functioning of SHG. Answer. Self-help groups are small groups that usually consist of people sharing a common local area and a common type of work or financial condition. The idea behind it, the idea behind its formation is to encourage people to do savings and thereby increase their opportunities for earnings. The functioning of the SHGs is as follows. First, SHGs typically consist of 15 to 20 members and each member is required to save and pool in their resources. Second, the SHGs are constituted to provide loans to its members at a reasonable rate. Third, the saving made by the SHG must be used to provide loans to members of the group. Fourth, SHGs seek loan from bank for its members collectively and meet the need of buying assets, machinery, raw materials, and construction or repair. Fifth, SHGs also meet regularly to discuss and act on various social issues like dowry, domestic violence, child marriage, health, nutrition, etc. We are having a OR question for question number 33. So let us see what is that question. Is there any need to expand formal sources of credit in India? If yes, then why? Answer. Yes, there is a need to expand formal sources of credit in India. The reasons behind this are as follows. First, high cost of borrowing leads to major share of earning going into the payment of interest, and on loan, so a formal source of credit is needed. Second, sometimes the higher interest rate leads to the requirement to pay more than the earning, thus falling into a debt trap. To eliminate this, formal sources are needed. Third, borrowers falling into debt trap discourage more people for borrowers falling into debt trap discourage more people from borrowing, which ultimately reduces development of the country. Fourth, formal source of lending to more borrowers will lead to higher income people and many people con- and many people could then borrow cheaply for a variety of needs like growing crops, set up business or small scale industries. Now we will move towards section E, that is case based questions. Case based questions. There will be three questions in this section which will be having a 4 marks each. Question first for this section and 34th overall. Read the source given below and answer the following question that follows. Read the source given below and answer the question that follows. For centuries, silk and spices from China flowed into Europe through the Silk Route. In the 11th century, Chinese paper reached Europe via the same route. Paper made possible the production of manuscripts carefully written by scribes. Then, in 1295, Marco Polo, a great explorer, returned to Italy after many years of exploration in China. Now, let us move towards the question and answers. First question. Which knowledge from China did Marco Polo bring back with him to Italy? Answer. The technology of woodblock printing. Second question. Even after the introduction of printing, who still used the luxury editions handwritten on very expensive vellum? Answer is the aristocratic circles. Next question. Question number third. Mention any two drawbacks of manuscripts. Answer. First point. Manuscripts were fragile. Second, manuscripts were awkward to handle. Third, manuscripts could not be carried around or read easily. Next question. Question number 35. Read the source given below and answer the question that follows. Tea cultivation is an example of plantation agriculture. It is also an important beverage crop introduced in India initially by British. Today, most of the tea plantations are owned by Indians. The tea plant grows well in tropical and subtropical climates, endowed with deep and fertile, well-drained soil, rich in humus and organic matter. Tea bushes require warm and moist, frost-free climate all through the year. Frequent showers evenly distributed over the year ensure continuous growth of tender leaves. Tea is a labor-intensive industry. It requires abundant, cheap, and skilled labor. Tea is a processed with Tea is processed with the tea is processed within the tea garden to restore its freshness. Major tea producing states are Assam, hills of Darjeeling and Jalpaiguri districts, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Apart from these, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh, and Tripura are also tea producing states in the country. In 2015, India was the second largest producer of tea after China. Now, we will move towards the question and answers after reading this source. First question: who is responsible for introducing tea plantation in India? Answer: British government is responsible for introducing tea plantation in India. Second, what are the required climatic conditions for tea plantation? Answer: tea plantation require light snow or frost, but not prolonged cold winters or heavy freezes. The tea plant can thus go the tea plant can thus grow from tropical climates to subtropical climates, but typically requires high humidity and heavy rainfall between 150 centimeter and 250 centimeter during the growing season. Third question. State any two advantages of tea industry on Indian economy. Answer. Two advantages of tea. Answer. Two advantages of tea industry on Indian economy are: tea is one of the most important cash crop and plays a significant role in rural development, poverty reduction, and food security in exporting and developing countries. It is a principal source of livelihood for millions of smallholder producers. It is a principal source of livelihood for millions of smallholder producers. Second, it provides direct employment to over 1 million persons. In Northeast India alone, the tea industry employs around 9 lakh persons on permanent role. Question number 36. Read the source below and answer the question that follows. For comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. Countries with higher income are more developed than others with less income. This is based on the understanding that more income means more of all things that human beings need. Whatever people like and should have, they will be able to get with greater income. So, greater income itself is considered to be one important goal. Now, what is the income of a country? Intuitively, the income of country is the income of all the residents of the country. This gives us the total income of the country. However, for comparison between countries, total income is not such a useful measure. Since countries have different populations, comparing total income will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. Are people in one country better off than others in a different country? Hence, we compare the average income, which is the total income of the country divided by its total population. The average income is also called per capita income. In World Development Reports brought out by the World Bank, this criteria is used in classifying countries. Countries with per capita income of US 49,300 per annum and above in 2019 are called high income or rich countries, and those with per capita income of US 2,500 or less are called low income countries. The rich countries, excluding countries of Middle East or certain other small countries, are generally called the developed countries. First question. Explain the significance of per capita income. Answer. The per capita income enables comparisons between countries and provides insights into the relative economic performance and living standards across different nations. Per capita income also serves as an important indicator of the standard of living in a country. Second question. What are the classifications of countries based on per capita income? And which entity is responsible for determining these classifications? Answer. The countries are classified into high income or rich countries and low income countries based on their per capita income. If it is US dollar 49,300 per annum, they will be classified as rich country. And if per capita income is US dollar 2,500 per annum, it will be called a poor country. World Bank is responsible for determining this classification. Third, what was the conclusion drawn in HRD report produced by UNDP? The human development answer. The Human Development Report published by UNDP compares countries based on the educational levels of the people, their health status, and per capita income. Now, we will move towards the last section, that is map section. It will consist of two questions. First question will be of 2 mark and second will be of 3 mark. So, question number 34. Question number 34, answer. Sorry, question number 37, answer. A. Indian National Congress session was held in September 1920. It was held in Amritsar. This is Amritsar. B. The place where the cotton mill workers satyagraha was organized. It was organized in Nagpur. This is Nagpur. Question number B. First, where is Singrauli thermal power plant located? It is located in Madhya Pradesh. Here it is located. B. Hirakud Dam. Hirakud Dam is located in Odisha. C. A Kochi seaport. Kochi seaport is located in Kerala. D. Mumbai International Airport. So the International Airport of Mumbai, that is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport, is in Mumbai. Okay, this is the international airport. Mumbai International Airport. This is the international airport. Okay, so in this way, it sums up for your paper. This is the way you should have solved it. Thank you.